Hi all. Okay, we're back. Back with more. Um, okay, German Impulse. I'm going to play the second SS, Panzer Corps, and activate these guys. Right. And I've got a few bridges we're going to get. So this one, which was the one that caused the units to be in low supply, but we're also going to gain these two as well. I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to go and look it up again, but I'm pretty sure as long as the hex is vacant, we start adjacent to the bridge. It becomes our control. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go to this armoured unit. It's not the best option. It's in the forest, it's armour, it's got units adjacent, but what can you do, eh? This is probably about my strongest core I've got left. Well, this is certainly the strongest, biggest core, eh? So we're really, if we're going to, I keep saying we're going to have any chance, we've got to do something with these guys. So there's only 2 units in this stack, so I'm going to bring the other. I can't get any of these around, so but I can bring him across the river. And the good thing about that is I've now got a unit in the attack that I can draw a combat tactic for. So yeah, not that it's going to be an amazing combat tactic, but I've got an idea for something. But and it uses another card, I suppose. Right, I don't know if I should try and move this guy or not. Just not sure if, if I move him up here, I'm then leaving a bit of a gap in here. I don't know if that's wise. I think since the fact we've got these are bridged hex sides, I think I might just move them into there. Keeping this line, because yeah, I mean, I suppose there's no bridge here. It's not as if allies could come in here and be able to trace supply, but yeah, well, these guys they're not going to move that fast anyway, so it's still beside them all and that. So I think we'll go with that. So okay, I'm going to make an attack on this armoured unit, and the big exciting move that I'm going to make is my combat tactic is going to be a reinforced battle, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to reinforce these 2 bracketed 1 strength infantry units. Go the first SS. 1, 2, 3 into there. It gives me an extra 2 points. If I've counted things up right, I've got 22 to 4 at the minute, which is 5 to 1, so that would give me an extra 2. No, because of bracketing, no more chip pools, but it would give me 24 to 4, so 6 to 1 odds. Don't know how relevant that is. That's what I'm starting to think. Is there 6 to 1 chance? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Okay, so just trying to think about some other things. Okay, let's have a look. It's maybe a bit of a mess in here, I think. Let's see what we've got. So this is a strong stack of elite units. So 13 in there, all elite, all applicable to take a chip pool, and then they've got 6 there that are in low supply, and then this guy, so that's 9. It's about to get a bit messy here. So 9. So what did I say? 13 and 9, yeah, 22 22. So do I use this reinforced battle for that? Is it worth it? So at the moment, let's just track it at the moment. So we've got 4 to 1. No, 5 to 1 odds. 22 to 4. Yeah, 5 to 1 odds. And so chip pools, I would have 6 plus 1 for a week, so 7. So I've got the 7 that I need. I'm not going to gain any more if I do reinforce them. So all I'm going to do with that is use a card up and knock it up to 6 to 1. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to play that for reinforced battle. Could use one of these units as cannon fodder too, I suppose. I mean, it is an elimination of the unit, so I'll reinforce with these 2. But I do have just 4 cards in my draw pile left, so that'll draw me back. That'll leave me 2 in my draw pile. And if I could play 2 points worth, 2 cards worth next impulse, then I'd see the end of my deck, and then we can look to push on. I mean, I've come to the kind of conclusion that if I'm going to have a chance at any victory, I'm really going to have to take the game to the end, because the chances of winning as you get to the 26th, the chances for winning, the victory points start coming down a little bit. I mean, you get up to, oh no, actually the 25th, sorry. Well, the 24th it's greater than 60 to win. 25th it's greater than 55, and then it drops down 5 every time. 50, 45, 40, and then on the 29th, greater than equal to 35, but you've got to not lose in between. There's losing conditions there as well, and we've got to be close with them. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. So we decided we're chucking the 2. Yeah, I just got a comment back for Martin there. I think I'd asked at the end of the first part. I'm uploading the second part just now, the 22nd. But after the first part, I put a comment saying, thinking about calling it a day, anybody's thoughts, and Martin kind of said, well, I think he's just wanting to watch me suffer, to be honest. He said it would be nice to see some allied attacks and that, and that's true. It would be nice to, once these reinforcements are all, the reserves are all on play, once you draw these core cards, they then do something, they then start getting aggressive on me and start attacking back. And we've not really seen an allied attack. We've had 1 or 2, but they've been a bit pitiful, really. So yeah, it would be good to see that. And I'm still enjoying it. Maybe my head went down a little bit, and certain times of day, and I just finished work and drawing some cards is like, no. Kind of horrible, but anyway, let's stop ranting on, Grant. Okay, so 6 to 1 odds. Oh no, it's 8 chip pools, isn't it? Because we played the reinforced battle as well. So 8 chip pools, but unfortunately these guys bracketed. Yes. So okay, so he's going to get to draw a card. So let's do that. Another British core card. I wonder what that would have done. Well, I think we could deploy them before, so anyway, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Artillery and air power. So yeah, that's what he's getting. Artillery and air power. Not good. So some maximum of 8, minimum of 2. So let's get the 2 chits drawn, and we'll see where we're starting. Okay, there's the first 2. First one I drew was the blue, allied air power, and second one's large attack or 16. So No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to do it, but I can't do it. There's a priority week. Oh, that's savage. So we've got 2 hits on ourselves. I mean, okay, it's not affecting the hits that we're dealing out, but yeah, I'm going in. I'm getting the other 6. Come on, let's go for it. Well, there we go. It's been a while. Look at this. This was the first one I drew. Remember I said, is there any 61 chits? Well, there you go. There is. So chucking the 2 first SS units in. Look at that. D2. Brilliant. Another D2 with that one. Okay, I hit to us. Tacker a wheat. Another 41 there. And just the artillery at the end giving us another hit. So we're taking some damage, but that's a good... Yeah, that's the best chip draw I've had in a while, and I'm still getting what is it, A4 out of it, so that's saying something. Well, other things while I was drawing the chits, I realised that by moving them up I was ending up flanking that guy. Turns out it didn't come up a flank, but you know, it could have been, so I'd like to say I'd planned for that, but I hadn't really thought about it. I was really looking at the odds, 6-1, but that one certainly worked. We never got any defender adjacent, which was good. Yeah. Okay, so 6 hits to him, which is awesome, and but 4 hits to us. So we'll need to think about how we're going to deal with that. So the 6 to him, he's not an IP, he's not in a town, so he's going to be toast, isn't he? Retreat. Step loss, yeah. So he's going to die. D4 would have been enough. Retreat, step loss, yeah, okay. So that's the first guy we've taken out in a long time. It's been a while. So, well, we really do want to advance, don't we? But taking 4 hits, we've got 4 cards left. Right, I'm gonna have to have a think about this. Yeah, it's kind of a tough call, this, because although there's multi steps in there, these are all single step. I was just looking at the fact this was this was a double step unit, but I would have lost the 1 strength point, so I wouldn't have got my 6-1 odds. So yeah, but if I take the 4 hits, I'm gonna lose one of these units, and either take not 2 of these elite units down to 1 step, or eliminate probably another one of them. So it's feeling a bit I don't know. And then, I mean, that's a primary card. I can't remember if I got the supplemental for them last day or not. I'm not able to keep track with that. We haven't had the 6th Panzer Army card. We haven't had the Army Group card. I think the day before last we had the 5th, the 6th and the Army Group card. Like I said, there's 4 more cards. I just mean it would be nice to have maybe have a go at Spa, you know. And I'd probably advance these elite units into here, bring these guys, well, when I activated them again, bring these guys around, and I don't know. Maybe I need to just think about that tomorrow and just disperse them. The problem is, if I don't get an advance into here, then these are kind of stuck, aren't they? They can't come out in it. Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I suppose they could. They could come around. Yeah, I don't feel like losing 2 units, so, or maybe even 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the disperse option again. So I'm going to take a hit on this guy. Let's put down to 3 and then disperse all attackers, and then, well, I can't take the other hit on that. I've got to take it on either this or this stack. So I'm really hoping one of these is dropping to a 4. Yeah, did they both? Oh no, one drops to a 3. So okay, so we're gonna take. So is that on camera still? Nah, just. I'm gonna take the hit on this guy. And oh, and while I'm chucking these low supply markers on, well, let me see. That's all my hits taken. I'm going to disperse the units, so let's not get carried away. I've just got another wee bit of good news there. Martin's just put up a post. He's going to try and explain the new, well, how John Butterfield's seeing the whole gap situation. I don't know if it's some kind of, if it's an alteration or if it's maybe just something the way he looks at it that we've not seen. Like I say, Martin tried to explain it to me. I didn't quite grasp that. So he's put a wee post up there. So go and have a look if you're interested in it all at all. And there's no examples as of yet, but maybe when you see this, they might be up. But he says he's going to try and put some examples up, what John's meaning is, and hopefully John can make some comments as well and some clarifications on things. And the other thing when I was there, he must have picked up on one of my videos where I was talking about, it was actually this stack here. I know this guy's in supply because he came across. But the stack underneath got made to go low supply because it couldn't trace supply in the supply phase. And it was another one of these ones where I had the situation further south at one point where this bridge wasn't mine at the time, but you can trace a 1 hex supply across an unbridged river if you can trace into a road that gives you supply. But if this is an allied bridge, can you still do that? And I just assumed that you couldn't, but it was one of the ones where I thought, well, maybe it's a bit unfair. If you're here, you can trace into there for supply. If you're here, you can't because you're going across the bridge. And it looks like that's been confirmed that you can actually trace across that, and still get supply. So even if it's still an allied controlled bridge, you can still do the 1 hex trace as if there's no bridge there, as if you're tracing across an unbridged river hexide. So that's good to know as well. I'll just leave I think it was the but I can't remember going back and trying to adjust the supply, so I'll just leave these units in low supply. It shouldn't have an effect. They're all dispersed now as well, so I very much doubt it's going to have any major effect on things. But okay, that was it was a nice change to what we've been getting. Well, it's not really, is it? We've still got battered about, but at least we got some kind of result. We took a unit out. We've got another unit in the limited units box. It's been a long time coming. Could have done about A4, admittedly. A2 I would have been okay, let's deal with that. But anyway, let's move on. Spent 4 points, so I'm going to draw 2 out of the last 4 cards and then have an allied impulse. I'll show you the cards first, then we'll get the allied impulse. Okay, there's a quick look at, these are the 2 new cards that I drew. So a couple of nice cards. We did get the 6 Panzer Army, got the 47th, so I don't know, there's some with the extra 12 core units popping up down there now. makes things. I mean, yeah, we might be able to still go for this, but we're kind of running a gauntlet now, I think. And the 6th Panzer Army card, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, because look at the state of the 6th Panzer Army. Yeah, they're a bit of a mess. So, I mean, I could use it to take disruption off some of them if I thought I was going to get. Now we've had we've had the primary for the 1st and the 2nd SS, so 2 cards remaining. It'll be a bit of a gamble, I think. Anyway, let's wait and see what the Allies do first. No doubt it'll be something horrible again. Okay, here we go. Oh man, this just gets worse and worse. What's happened to all the 5th Corps cards and the 8 Corps cards, and we're getting army cards, and I mean I suppose that army group card, can you imagine if that had happened to start? Well, I don't know. That caused all sorts of trouble anyway, but so now looking at deploying all 1st Army Reserve, so we're still deploying. But yeah, we've got a bunch. So we've got a 5th Corps unit, these 3 7 Corps units. I'm assuming these won't. I know it says that they classify them as 1st Army, but surely that must just be once they're on the board. Once they've been deployed, they get treated as if they're 1st Army. You would think so, because there's cards to deploy them. I've just drawn one the last time. I'll just have a double check. Seems obvious, but yeah, just when you're deploying the 30 Corps, you treat them as if they're the 1st Army. So it's not that 1st Army card would deploy them. I mean, it's an American deployment, and they're British Corps units, so pretty sure that's right. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that one's right. So we're still going to try and deploy some of these other units. So let's have a look. Okay, these are 4 units. We've got some nice elite armour units, all 5 strength, lovely. And then an infantry unit from the 5th Corps. I was having a look at this hex has popped up. This is well, looking at the 7 Corps units first. This is a boundary, that north. Came up with this hex. This is a German unit proximate to this hex, only that one. Started having a wee glance up here though. The fact that we've got all these guys dispersed, and it's a bit of a maybe somewhat a strange rule, this, that you ignore them when it comes to things. But if we're looking at dangers around and even tracing supply, well, tracing supply, dispersed units don't exert zone of control, but I always thought it was a little bit strange that, but you know, some of these rules you could go into, and how do you make these perfect? But if you look at this, I did look at these as being possible options, but they're actually, all of them are surroundable, even not including the dispersed units. Sometimes the dispersed unit gets in the way because it's you know, I can't, it's, the hex is blocked, but they were all actually surroundable, so maybe it does work out, but anyway, it was worth a look. So I think that's the only hex. There's nothing up here that German units are proximate to. And down here, the Allies have tightened everything up now, so this is only one. And well, actually, did we not look at this before and found it surroundable? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it is. Maybe it wasn't that one. No, actually it was. I was moving the the mechanised unit that way. But if we use the mechanised unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the infantry 1, 2, 3, it does surround it. So yeah, no, nothing doing. So I don't think there's anything in the core area. German units proximate to. So yeah, let's just jump on to method B. Oh, I'll actually move the camera. I think this is our targets up here. These have both got a 4 value, no value. Both of these are within 3 of core units and within 4 of a German unit. And let's say their whole value is 4. So I don't think there's anything that beats a 4. Up there, Liège is within 4 of a German unit, but it's not within 3 of a unit in the same core. So these take priority. You can trace ally supply. There's no dangers around. Yeah, so it'd be again its highest whole value and then westernmost. So this first unit's going to go into Vermont. Yeah, I skipped over the first part because there was none of the division on board yet. Now there is, so that becomes irrelevant and means that they're all coming in there. So yeah, I think that's right. So yeah. Another strong force of allied units. Okay, so for the 9th Division of the 5th Corps unit, where's he going to go? Well, I was having a look about, because let's say 9th Division, I was having a look at my eliminated units cup here, and there's one 9th Division unit in there. Where's the other one? And I'm looking, it's not to be deployed yet, can't see anywhere, and then I remembered it's in here. It's in Verviers, which has been just horrible to me. So it's not getting any better because it can take that unit. So now it's got 9 strength points, or 18 if you play the game right. Yeah, it doesn't. It's within stacking limits. It's not in danger surround. It's in communication. It's in supply. Yeah, it's got a division unit there. So and it goes. Nothing got any better for me, is it? Okay, that's another allied impulse over. So I don't know where we go from here. We'll have a look. Okay, I'm going to play the 47th Corps card, and I almost decided to use it for replacement points, but I don't know, whenever you see some kind of attack you think, I've got to go for it. Not sure that's the right move or not, but yeah, not really sure what we're doing now anyway. So, well, I still want to try and get to the Muse. And hopefully by the end of the day at least be adjacent to the Muse, then I can get the OKW units, which would help. I think think I definitely need to fix this bridge, but not only that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, that does work. I definitely need to fix that bridge. I've got 2 more cards left in my draw pile, and I need to fix the bridge, and I can't take a chance with like going and drawing my new hand for the day, hoping I'm going to get a Bridge Engineers card. So I do have the 6 Panzer Army card in my hand, which could act as a Bridge Engineers event. But it would be nice to see what the last 2 cards are, just in case one of them might be a bit easier to part with than the 6 Panzer Army card, even though I'm not so sure the 6 Panzer Army is doing an awful lot anyway, but anyway, it'd be better to see the 2 cards, so I think we definitely need to fix that bridge. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to try and go after this unit here, because this is also threatening. I mean, this is a road. I mean, I can stretch to this road, but this is also part of the road. And if I'm going to get, I can't move these units. I've not got the range to get them in to have a go at this guy anyway. So okay, so I've got 3 the lower units in here, so I'm going to move all of them 1 and then 4 into the forest for 5, and then that lets me have the space to put, because these guys can't reach 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 3 into here. And same with the Führer Brigade. So I'm going to bring this infantry unit out of Konya. 1, 2, 3. I think, mind you, right, I'm going to move this guy. Oops. Sorry, he had moved here. Right, he was in here. I was going to move him along, but I'm just not as well, and I've just took the units out of here. So I think I'd maybe like to put that guy in there. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 into here. Just in case, because obviously that's part of the main route we want to trade supply once we get this bridge fixed. And the other units I can't really move. I mean, I'd like to try and I'll zoom out of it. Get these guys relieved and bring them down. You know, this is a two-step infantry unit. This is an elite unit, and it'd be quite good if we could probably forget about some of this down here and bring these units up. Maybe, I don't know if you've got all the time for all that or not, but it seems a shame having these guys standing back there. I mean, they've got to protect this one in particular. They've got to protect this VP hex, I think anyway. Maybe Hufway's isn't quite so important, but not sure. I think I'll just leave them there for now. So yeah, so that's everything. This unit in St Hubert as well. I can't. Yeah. Don't really want to move that as well. So, okay, I'm going to attack on this. And I've got, what does it say, 3, 6, 8, 10, I think it's 17. I've got 10 there. And yeah, so I've got 17 to 3. But I really want to use another card and get the last 2 cards in my hand anyway. So I could play. There's a choice of 2 cards. No, I'm probably going to play the Reinforced Battle. Yeah. What do I think? Yeah, I'm going to play the Reinforced Battle. And just bring this guy back into here. It's not great, but it actually gives me 19 to 3 now, so it ups the odds. It gives an extra chip pool. I think we had an elite in the battle already anyway, didn't we? Yeah, we did, so it's not as if that, but it flanks as well. So, well, the other option was I've got an infantry infiltration as well, which would have gave the flank. But it wouldn't increase the odds. So, and we had the result with that 6-1 the last time. I'm saying that the chits haven't been shuffled back in yet, so don't know how many of them there are. Yeah, let's go with that. And it gives us space to draw the last 2 cards at our hand. We can see what they are and make the decision about the bridge. Okay, so what did I say? 19 to 3, isn't it? Yeah, so 6-1 odds. And chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 for elite, 7. 1 for the Fear Brigade, 8. And 1 for the Reinforced Battle, 9. So good chip pools. That's pretty good odds, really, as well. He is. Oh, what was this unit? Yeah, just with the supply marker on it. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I think we're better using this one. I just realised I could have used this. It could have joined them there. We wouldn't have got the flank though. I can't move this unit around because obviously it'd be nice to move this unit forward if I could. I can't really get them into any. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I can't get them into here. So it's probably best leaving that as it is. Yeah, okay. Right, so they get to draw a card. Yep. So they get 5th Corps. Oh, it's artillery and another card. Oh, ouchie. Yep. So they get artillery and draw another combat tactic. Oh dear. It's tank battalion. Did I not draw this combination the last time? Corps artillery and tank battalion. I mean, you're looking to draw another artillery and then you're. But. Oh dear. Well, I did think about it and the fact that if you jumped up to a 4 strength unit, what did I say we were? Oh no, we were 19, weren't we? No, that doesn't help at all, does it? Yeah, I'm not really got my numbers right, have I? I thought I always consider the possibility of getting tank battalion, and that's why it's good to add another couple of strength points just in case they jump up by 1. But maybe my initial was 17. So yeah, I think maybe that's what I was thinking. My initial was 17 to 3, but I was thinking if it was 17 to 4, then You know, it's not such a bad drop, but 19 to 4 is just missing out on 5 to 1, so it's 4 to 1. But the fact I've got armour now and artillery. Oh dear. This I'm not getting the breaks at all now, I feel, but maybe. Well, okay, just got to go on that. So maximum 9 chips, minimum a 2 chip pool, so let's get the 2. Started with a good one, got a flank attack, which just as well done what I done, and then a forest, unfortunately. So, where do we go from here? He's got artillery, he's got armour, we've got flank attack, we've only got 41. Yeah, I'm just going to go in 9, I think. Why not? Okay, 7 more coming. Oh, come on, game. Give me a break. 3 forests. 3 forests, really? And when I got this one, by the way, look at this. It's it's a 6 to 1 chit. And, okay, we're not 6 to 1 anymore, but 4 to 1 still applies, I guess. But 2 only attacker combined arms as well, so 1, 2, 3 chits because he's combat tactics going against me. It's tough. No damage to us, I suppose, but I see that as D-1 overall, so nothing happening, so just a wash. Well, I suppose you could say I've got them in a slightly better position, maybe, but no, I really needed to move that infantry unit back a bit, but so it's the 47th being activated. Who did we activate the last time? These guys, right? Okay. Okay, but we played the 2 cards, so we're going to see what the last 2 cards are. I'll just do that just now. Okay. Bridge engineers. It's for the first SS, but they're pretty much dispersed anyway, so yeah, I probably would use that. It's a big 3 casting cost, so it's casting cost. It's 3 command value. So it's gonna just pass an impulse across, but maybe not the worst 2 cards to end up by there. So that's our draw pile empty now. Allies are going to get our impulse next. I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on tonight or not. We shall see. But maybe not. If not, it's always tomorrow. Okay, cheers guys. Hi all. Well, I've been away from the game for a wee while. I was just about to start a German impulse, but just had a look to check, and it's an Allied impulse next. It was a bit of a bummer. I had a few ideas there, and no doubt this will spoil it. Okay, here we go. Third Corps. That's a division card. So I've got all them deployed now. So something going to happen. Something else going to happen. So is it 26 infantry and 4th armour? Yeah, so it's all these guys, isn't it? There's the 26 infantry, and there's the 3 4th armour. So I'm going to try and activate it then. And right away there's there's a few units could get an IP, so yeah, going to activate them. Going to draw 3 action cards. Remember, there's a lot of defensive cards now, so you might see something happening. So here we go. I've got 2 of the offensive ones. So the order's going to be attack, advance, and withdraw under fire. Interesting. So maybe something different happening now. Let's have a wee look. Okay, so we're looking at attack. So it goes up the way in selector number. So this is the first unit, but he's not proximate to a German unit stack, which he's got strength greater than. They can't really get away for this guy, and he's got 5, he's only got 4. So I don't think he's got an option. Right, the next one would be this, and he is proximate to this. So that situation qualifies. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Proximate to this, he's greater than situational strength, but he doesn't get in any extra. So I suppose the only other thing is he's got to preserve the line. So if he moves out of there, gap situation. Well, I don't think so. I mean, I'm having a look. I mean, there's a gap being created here to R1. So in a way, you know, I don't think that's to be considered though. The gap is only if it can enable a unit to trace communication, or enlarging that gap of where it can trace communication to the west. So I don't think that applies. It could be quite good in a way for me if I felt like being cheeky and moving this unit. If it ends up that's still, other things could happen there. So but I don't think that classes as a gap. I mean, it's one of the ones where it looks like there's a gap opening up, but it's going down here. I mean, it's not able to trace west. It's funny how every time I look at a gap situation, it just does make me wonder. Well, Martin started posting some examples. The first one was nice and straightforward. I've just looked at the second one, and no long finished work, and I looked at it and I thought, I think I'll come back to that. It looks kind of busy. Hopefully it straightens some things out right enough, but yeah, just having a look at 12.2 again, the Allied front line, and it does say you need to look for gaps opening up if you're moving Allied units, and the description is at certain times during play you will be judging a particular Allied unit movement or advance after combat would create a gap in the line, that is, create a path from a German unit to the western map edge free of Allied towns and cities and Allied units in their zone of controls. So, and then also you'd be judging if it opens up a gap, makes a gap bigger. But so that is not doing that. Me moving this guy up to here is not enabling a German unit to trace a line of communication, a new line of communication to the western map edge. So I think it can be done, right? Whether he actually goes to that hex or yeah, that's probably his only option, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think he can reach. That's a forest. Yeah, I think he's going to carry out this. So he's going to move to here. So, well, then that I've satisfied the situation, because this unit can go adjacent to this and attack it. So the action is move to weakest qualifying target and attack. So that's the only hex that I can reach. So I'm going to attack, and then other approximate units in the same core reinforce. So this is where becomes interesting. Because even this cavalry unit, who wasn't part of the units being activated, is part of the corps, so he could possibly get involved as well. But we need to do this in order as well, so let's have a look at how this is going to work. Yeah, I was just looking there. It says other proximate units in same corps reinforce. I'm just going to assume that you would look at them in order. I mean, obviously this guy's number one, but we've already looked at him. He can't get there. So the next unit and going in ascending order would be this one, and he is proximate to this, so he can come and join in. Now you can't get round there, and he wants to go into an empty hex if possible, so as long as he's not breaking any preserve the line issues, which I don't see, he's going to go in here because this is an empty hex. He wants to prefer an empty hex when he's moving adjacent to a German unit if possible. So that's him, number 5. So the next one would be number 7. That's this guy. And I can't see him opening up any gaps either. This is going to be a big attack then, I think. So he can reach this hex, or this hex, or this hex for that matter. So which one is he going to go for? So yeah, so it's empty hex first, that's the priority. Then to the hex that takes the most movement points to reach, then to the hex with the fewest allied units. So the most movement points to reach, well that's only 2 to there. That's 5 to there then, so it's probably there. 1, 2, 4, yeah, it's 5. It would be 5 movement points to reach there, going into the forest, is that right? To the hex it takes the most movement points to reach. Okay, so again, yeah, there's no break, there's no gap opening up. So he's going to move in there to attack. The next unit would be this one. Now this is where something might open up if he moves. Is he proximate? 1, 2, 3, yeah, he can get to there. Yeah, I think moving him up too, although there's a gap, although there's a gap opening up here, there's no gap being created that can trace right to the west, because this unit's in the way here. And funny enough, I think this is some of the things that are getting straightened out with what John's coming along to talk about, hopefully, and confirm, and what Martin's been talking about. Like I said, I've not had the chance to look at that latest one. I glanced at it and he was talking about the front, line allied units not being relevant if another line allied units are there, or if it was something like that. I didn't really study it. I glanced and it was a wee bit too much for me at the moment, because I'd just come home from work and thought this was easier, but there you go, maybe no. But I still don't see this causing any issues. So this unit can actually come in as well. You can go 1, 2, 3 into here, and then the next unit's going to be unit 9, who is adjacent already. Now the thing is, there is a bit there. If he can move adjacent, if he's already adjacent and he can move adjacent in a, let's just say for instance this German unit wasn't here, right? He's adjacent, he could go 1, 2 out of zone of control and 3 into there to then surround that guy. He'd be wanting to go into that empty hex if he could, but obviously he can't do that. He could come out and go into there, but what would be the point of that? Actually, hang on. Yeah, okay. I was thinking because it was going to use movement points by moving out there that would do it, but I should have read on. So we're talking about moving adjacent to a German unit here. And, right, I'll read this bit. When an Allied unit can reach more than one hex adjacent to the German unit, move the unit to an empty hex, if any, then to the hex it takes the most movement points to reach, then to the hex with the fewest Allied units. So the next bullet point is, this also applies to units that start their move adjacent to the target. Move such units if they are stacked with other units and able to reach a different hex adjacent to the target that is empty or has fewer units. So if I'd read on, I would realise that wasn't the case. So if he could reach here, he would. He can reach here, but there's 2 units already there, so, and he can't reach here. So he's just going to stay where he is, but also he's going to attack as well. So next unit's number 10, and yeah, he might be getting involved as well, and he can come up and surround. Look, 1, 2, 3. Let's just see if yeah, 1, 2, 3. So that's where he would go, assuming again he's not. And I don't think he is. There's not. Yeah. It's funny, I think some of the things that are coming up here are some of the things that might be getting straightened out unless I'm. Oh, you know me with gaps. It's just with that unit moving out of there now, like for instance, sorry, that's off camera, isn't it? This unit can now trace communication down through here. But he still can't, he still can't get past here. He'd have to then go away up here, and it's. Well, I don't know. It could be classed as another line of communication, whereas at the moment this unit can trace Well, can it? Well, it can trace it this way, and along here and then. But by me moving that infantry unit to there, it can now trace it down there and up and round and up. And I think this is maybe where the situation becomes a bit like, I think maybe this is what they're going to sort out. Yeah, I'm just not sure about all this. Yeah, I think I might rewind all this and have another look at things, because so that went, oh god, finding where everyone was now. 9 was there, 8 was there, he was here, and one of the armoured units was here, wasn't it? Where was the other one? Was it here? I'm going to have to find out where they all were. I think I'm going to rethink this, have a look, try and make sure I'm doing things right here, and maybe if some of these issues is what they've been talking about, or maybe I'm just done my usual come home after work and not getting things right here. Okay, that's me reset the units to where they were. And I get the feeling it was maybe moving this unit that might have caused an issue, because once I can trace something through here and into here, then this can then trace up and get to the west. So, you know, I can move all these units out of the way, but as soon as I move that one, then this gap opens and lets me trace a new line of communication, if you like. Even though it can trace it some other way, that would be a new line. So let's try and do it again. So what was it, this unit? Yeah, so he moved 1, 2, 3, 4. So he moved into there. So yeah, there's nothing. I can't trace. I mean, this unit can now trace down into here, but it can't go anywhere from there. It's not. There's nothing. It's not opened in and out. So then unit number 5 would be next, and yeah, we decided he went in there because that was the empty hex. So again, there's still nothing open here. Nothing been changed. So then was unit 7, and we said that, and that ended up there, didn't it? So if it goes there, again, there's still nothing. We can't still break through here to get up. So, and then this, I think, is where the move becomes illegal, because as soon as I move him, let's just put this cube there, I think we moved him up to here, didn't we? As soon as I do that, this unit here, for instance, can trace communication down here, round that town, up here, and then up, and yeah, sorry, you can't. Basically up here, up through here, and then away, and away to the west. So I think that's where I've made the mistake. But I do believe that some of this might be the stuff that's going to get fixed or get talked about, and maybe this move would be legal now because of other things. I don't know though. I need to look more at that. So at the moment, the way I see it is, I don't think I can move him. So then you look at unit 9, and he stays where he is and attacks. And then unit 10, so he's not done anything wrong. Then unit 10, so yeah, he can still make this move up to here to surround the guy. Now, does that cause any problems then? I don't think so. Because although these units can come down here and around this town, they can't get through here still. And with that unit moving there, that makes no difference. I don't think. Then again, maybe it does. Oh God, I wish I hadn't started this now. Right, this unit, well, you can trace communication up through here. So what does it matter if that goes there? That's not creating a gap, and if this was a gap between this one and this one, they could trace that through. That's making that bigger, isn't it? I mean, oh God, I really hope they are going to fix all this, because Hmm. Okay, what I think I might do, because I'm not getting through this at all, is I might finish up this video and then I've got a couple of bits before this, obviously, and join them together for part 3, and then maybe post this up and see if Martin can have a look at it, and maybe some of these issues are what he's been trying to get explained to, if there's any changes, because I don't know, I mean, I don't know, like I say, I'm not the best to be the one judging my gaps, but I mean, if at the moment this unit, for its trace of communication, it can trace communication to the west, it can't do it this way, and nothing's been open about that, but how it does it is it moves up through here, and going up through here, the gap that it can trace through is between that unit and that unit. This is where it's initially starting its trace. So if I then move that unit to there, that gap is becoming bigger. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's really relevant, but I think that's the rules, and I think this is where these new rules are going to get clarified, say that none of that maybe matters if things are over here are different, you know. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave it at this. Right, Martin, if I move this guy from here to here, am I enlarging in this gap? You can see most of the map there. Well, does that make that gap bigger? And looking at the new thinking of the gap rules, does this matter if this unit moved up and into this battle as well? Is this creating a gap, a new gap? Or is all this stuff over here for the west all taking care of things? Yeah. Well, who knows? Okay, I'm going to put this guy back. Martin, you can have a look at all this and let me know. And if any of it's relevant to what you're trying to get sorted just now, that'd be great. So yeah, I think we'll just pause there, and I'll upload all this as part 3 and see. I'll get looking at that stuff he's posted as well, that latest example, and hopefully there'll be some more, and maybe it'll become a bit clearer, and maybe I might not need the answer, maybe I might say, right, okay, it all makes sense. But anyway, Martin, if you see this, you can maybe let me know. It might just be my old thinking about it. I'm no getting it right. I'm no understanding it properly. Anyway, okay, leave it there. Okay, cheers guys.